What is up guys, Munash here, back with more Alliance War. This is the 7th war of the season, and this time I'm going with Quake, Nick Fury, and Stark Spidey. And I'm not going to be doing part 4 as I usually do this time. I'm actually going to be doing part 6, and that's why I kind of need Stark Spidey. So yeah, it's been a while since I've used them in Alliance War. I haven't used them ever since you got the newer defense tactics like Siphon. So yeah, this should be a little bit of an interesting one for me at least. Okay, so let's get on to part 6. Sorry Domino, not today. Okay, so first let me apply my boost. I'm just gonna go with the champion boost. And I was considering using invulnerability, but because I only had one, I felt like I should probably save it for when I really need it. So I'm gonna go with the greater special 3 defense boost. Okay, so Thor has all or nothing and brute force. So let's go in with Stark Spidey. And he does have suicides, which will make the fight a lot easier because he's kind of just going to kill himself. So I'm not going to spend too much time building poise. I just want to get into the fight and start hitting him because I know with recoil he'll go down quite quickly. And there's also brute force, so I can't be too passive in this fight. So yeah, do a combo, and yeah, okay, he goes down. Pretty easy fight. And now we have Doctor Strange with All or Nothing and Fisticuffs, which is a little bit annoying. And actually when I went into this fight, I kind of thought that, I should be fine because I heard that he doesn't gain more than 2 bars of power by the time Fisticuffs expired. But yeah, so I'm looking at the timer on the Fisticuffs icon and I'm just like, oh, okay, this is actually not good. Because right now he's debuff immune, so I'm not even sure if the power drain will work on Stark Spidey. So he actually gained 3 bars of power by the time Fisticuffs expires. So now I finally decided to throw a combo, and he is a control champ, so he will trigger flow. And then I'm going to take a special 3 from this one. And wow, that special 3 hit hard. Fortunately I had the special 3 defense boost, otherwise I'm not so sure I would have survived that fight without the special 3 defense boost. Maybe I would have. But anyway, let's go in. He's got power flood, so I'm gonna go parry heavy to get the power drain. And now I figured I can probably just finish him off in one more combo if I get 1 crit and a couple of shocks. And as you can see, he goes down. So yeah, that was a bit of a sketchy fight. I just got like misinformation on how much power he gains, although it was kind of my fault because I should have done my duels and tested it myself. But yeah, anyway, I'm just glad I didn't die, and that's why I kind of had to use that special 3 defense boost. But yeah, anyway, let's move on. And I'm also going to be taking this rank 3 Mr. Fantastic, and there's a lot of rank 3 defenders, more than we usually get. It's quite a beefy alliance. But yeah, so now I'm going to take on this Mr. Fantastic, and he does have Aggression Fury, and I am going to be using Quake for this one, because then I won't have to worry about, him placing any debuffs on me and evading and stuff like that. So yeah, I just figured I'm going to go in with Quake, and because it's a rank 3 defender, I should probably also just use an attack boost. Hopefully that should be enough. Okay, so I'm going to go in and do my standard Quake and Shake. And one thing I noticed is that my aftershock damage was a little bit lower than I expected it to be. Because I had 17 earthquake charges and the aftershock was only doing 4,400 damage. I'm not sure if that has anything to do with challenger rating, or it's almost as if Mr. Fantastic has above average base physical resistance. And that kind of worried me because now I'm not sure if the attack boost will be enough. So 2 minutes in, he's still at 70%, so yeah, this one's gonna be very tight on time. So the most important thing about using Quake against Aggression Fury is obviously just don't get hit. Like, don't even parry, because you can take a serious amount of block damage when those Furies build up. So yeah, some would consider this a more risky fight to take with Quake, because you're not making contact, and even though the concussion does prevent the Furies from building up, you're not gonna have concussion all the time, and they build up quite quickly, you know, every few seconds. So no matter what, the opponent is gonna get a couple of Furies in the fight like this. So now 30 seconds to go, he's at just over 20%. So now I decide to drop my heavy just to do a little bit more damage. And I figured if I drop it one more time, it might push him to a bar of power, so I just keep on quaking. And now there is 5 seconds left, and then I decide to drop a full combo with the Aftershock. 1%, 1 second, KO. Just in the nick of time. I've never actually gotten that close in a fight before. Like, I actually used the full 3 minutes. So yeah, that was pretty clutch. And yeah, imagine I timed out there. That would have been extremely annoying. But yeah, so let's move on to section 2. Okay, so now we have Ghost with Redoubled Determination and Strike Back. Another rank 3 6-star. I decided I'm going to use another special 3 defense boost, because for some reason Kabam decided to make Ghost a control champ, so she will be triggering power floods every time I crit, and Stark Spidey is known for how much he crits, so yeah, there's going to be a lot of special baiting involved. Fortunately, he also does have suicides. I remember I fought this guy in section 1. He also had the rank 3 Thor. So I'm just gonna build up my poison this fight, because I want to make sure I can get this fight done in the least amount of hits possible, just so I don't trigger as much power floods. And there she throws a special 2. And that's one thing I love about Stark Spidey is his taunt. You know, just for baiting specials, having that taunt debuff on your opponent just makes it so much easier, so much faster. And there she did gain 3 bars of power, but I can always just parry, throw a heavy for the power drain. And then I throw a special 1, and she goes down. And yeah, that's what I love about Stark Spidey, it's just the power control utility. It's not like you're gonna prevent the opponents from throwing special attacks, but you can just manage their special attacks very well. And now we have Korg with limited immunity and Unblockable. So this time I'm gonna go in with Quake, because she'll pretty much ignore all that. And I did get clipped there, I just wasn't concentrating enough, and I was a little bit slow. And that just woke me up and intensified my focus. Okay, now limited immunity expires, so we can apply stuns and concussion. Quake was my original Korg counter back in the day when he first came out. Just because she just treats her like how she treats every other champ, you know, it just ignores pretty much all his abilities. Although I did use Hyperion and Stark Spidey for Korg bosses back in the day. It's a little bit more trickier with Stark Spidey, you know, with getting those light intercepts and all that. But yeah, it's one of those fights that I've practiced quite a lot. Like, I've dueled Korg, I think, I'm not even kidding, close to 100 times at this stage. So yeah, I'm very familiar and comfortable with him. Evading his special attacks, light intercepting, all that stuff. But yeah, anyway, Quake makes it pretty simple. Now we have Weapon X with Safeguard and Tank Buster. So once again I'm going to go in with Quake because she pretty much ignores Safeguard. And also he does have some serious regen when you hit him. So because Quake doesn't have to hit him, he won't be triggering that crazy regen. And Wolverine Weapon X has the same animations as OG Wolverine, so I was actually pretty comfortable quaking him before he even came out. It's just like quaking a stun immune OG Wolverine. The only thing is, Weapon X is one of those champs where, you know, if you get hit, you will likely die because, you know, he's unblockable, he has some crazy bleed damage, so if I were to get hit, I probably wouldn't survive a combo. But that's not gonna happen. Not today at least. So yeah, I figured I don't need to boost for these fights. Should be pretty simple with Quake. Okay, and he goes down. Okay, now in section 3 I'm just going to be doing 2 fights on the right. And the first one is going to be Silver Surfer with Strike Back, Armor, and Recovery. So I'm actually going to use Stark Spidey for this one, despite class disadvantage, because you just managed the fight pretty well. I don't need to use special attacks. And he does have suicides as well, which also just makes it easier. Once again, should be a pretty quick fight with Stark Spidey. I'm just going to be baiting the special one. Just trying to bait special 1, refreshing that taunt. I don't know why it's taking so long to throw it. Finally he does. Taking a nice amount of recoil damage over there. And also the poison from Liquid Courage. Then I decided to drop a special 2 to finish him off. And he goes down. Okay, yeah, so that was another simple fight with Stock Enhanced Spider-Man. And last but not least, we have Dr. Doom on debuff immunity, critical resistance, and energy resistance. So guess what I'm gonna use? Quake. Just need to heavy because Dr. Doom has got that extended medium attack that pushes you back a little bit further until you're in a corner, of course. Now we use heavy dex. And yeah, I haven't fought Doom on debuff immune in quite some time. I remember when he first came out and beginning of the year, I used to fight him here probably 1 out of 3 times on average. But yeah, Quake deals with this fight very well. And Doom has relatively faster or quicker animations, so he does kind of keep you on your toes when he's on debuff immunity, because you're not going to get that break that you'd usually get from when he's stunned. But yeah, still a pretty good matchup for Quake. And yeah, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day. And I'll see you soon.